Chief Minister N. Biren leads people in paying homage to Maidingu Chinglen Nongdren Khomba, also known as Maharaj Gambhir Singh, on his 187th death anniversary. And single-day spike of above 18,000 new COVID-19 cases takes India's daily above 1,04,31,000. Recovery rate stands above 96%. Hello and welcome to Impact News, watching Afternoon News. I'm KANGUJAM SHELLYRA. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly and maintain a safe distance. Now the top stories and latest news at this hour. People paid homage to Maidingu Chinglen Nongdren Khomba, also known as Maharaj Gambhir Singh, on his 187th death anniversary today. Maharaj Gambhir Singh was the son of King Chingthang Khomba, also known as Raja Sri Begachandra. He reigned the throne of Manipur from April 1821 till October 1821 and was reinstated again as the ruler of Manipur on June 12, 1825. Gambhir Singh reigned until his death on January 9, 1834. The late king was a brave warrior and able administrator. He played a key role in driving out the Burmese from Kasar and Manipur beyond the Ningthi River in 1826 following the 7 years devastation in Manipur. Art and Culture Department organized a state-level observance at the Samadhi of Maharaj Gambhir Singh at Langthabal, Kanchipur. Chief Minister Nonthaman Biren led people in paying floral tributes at the tomb of Maharaj Gambhir Singh. People also paid floral tribute to the portraits of Maharaj Gambhir Singh, Maidingu Naral Singh and Hira Chandra at the memorial. A team of Manipur Rifles also paid gun salutes to the late king. Speaking to media, Chief Minister Nonthaman Biren reassured that the Naga talks will not affect the territorial integrity of Manipur. He added that even the Nagas have assured that Manipur's territorial integrity will not be harmed. The Chief Minister confessed that his last year's assurance of renovating the memorial complex could not be fulfilled owing to various issues prevailing in the state. He assured that the Samadhi will be renovated ahead of next year's memorial observance and the names of all the kings who have ruled in the Independence Kingdom of Manipur from 1333 AD onwards will be inscribed on the plates of the complex.
Mamanga Tormida Pura jungle Nilemida, Pukri Tormido, Colombo, Yantan Biram the Haita. So, Huzia, me any Kakame. I don't me any do formula like when a Delhi engagement you do. Engaged it already, Hanadagi, I do formally when government go order Peter. I don't see a Yanks the Madum Pirani. I don't know committee Siamaga, hide about me, Kurdu Tamakanda, Yansan and Manatra the Arrow. And I couldn't have my Hajaki wall Mayamse. I stayed at Kogi Manipurgi, Ariba, heck 33 AD the gay. Written history later put again. Matang Kalam Torga, Ida Tangi, Aquina Madu, engaged it over. Same Sabata, Wiro, Haidana Kogi, Akanga Hay, history and Shinda, Aduga, Shibu Yeva, Tauriba, Bonomali, was Abonomali, Tanga to Shanbiro, and what's Hemabani, but the estimate Karika, Dukitan Loidova, Kovitulake, he would do Nakitan Equitagan Tore, Aduma.
Responding to Impact News query about the current situation of Jugo Valley wildfire, Chief Minister Nonthaman Biren said that the wildfire is currently under control. He added that a team led by Minister Losi Diko has left Imphal to inspect the present situation of the Jugo Valley. The Chief Minister also said Nagaland Chief Minister Nephi Rio was taken into confidence after a group of Southern Angami tried to hinder the ongoing construction of the road leading to the valley from Manipur. The Chief Minister assured of setting up necessary police outposts, base camps and other trekking facilities at the valley in the near future.
The city of Hogi Manung the Tawaninas from the cross Toraga, the Septon of the Tonugum Sihoi, Juko Manung the Gari Sangway, a question Juko Manung the Gari Tojan Bayab, the Shamway, the Kolan be the Shamway. At the Moigi the helipad, Shamler man, at the guest house haller me. I madu, but I rarely saw Adu anyway, Mo in the Moigi Tojabani, at the Koigi Jusi, and the Madaida permanent structures Hananaba, police housing team Tare, police housing team there, Adu engineers in Tarakanda. Pakagi buildings khara sagata bayar hoida aduna madudagi di juko sismaina kakatpa karga nagarin boulder ni karga juko ta doini aduna aduduma police outpost camp sagalani base camp thamani aduga trekking semani khong na chatpa ya adumai le
United People's Front UPF Manipur observed National Reconsolidation Day 2021 in commemoration of Maidingu Chinglen Nongdren Khomba, popularly known as Maharaj Gambhir Singh, on his 187th death anniversary today. Attendees paid floral tribute to the portrait of the late king at the memorial observance held at Lamyanba Sangland in Palace Compound. Speaking at the event, UPF General Secretary Usam Niranjan said that the day commemorates the late king for mobilizing the state's defense against the Burmese invasion, also known as 7 years devastation from 1819 to 1826, and saved Manipur from further Burmese attacks. He hoped that the observance will instill a similar sense of patriotism among youths in the state. UPF President W. President of Kabui Union Manipur, Hera Kamai, President of Kuki Inpi Manipur, Mangsa Haukit, Vice President of Tangkhul Naga Foothills Organization, R.V. San Jimig, Taubal College Assistant Professor Dr. M.D. Abdul Salam, Professor of Manipur University's Department of Anthropology, M.C. Arun, and Associate Editor of the Imphal Review of Arts and Politics, R.K. Bobby Chand, graced the event as resource person. Representatives of various communities and CSOs attended the event.
Athau lisa hepasing aduna kathok lamba punsirol adu mayek seng na khangminaba mathau tai yeknabana kanano khangdok minaba changi taraga mapal suba chahi sagi malem gi oiba samrajya sandokpa atopa phuruk kamluk loi chansinba makhoi gi lan thum khudum chansinba makhoi hanagi punsirol liklam puna mang takhanba asoba kanglon amani Hausigasu Chathariba Itilni Loilam Haiba Mina Mibu Odba Sakti Asi Manung Hutna Kangminava Matautai.
One day awareness on consumer awareness, drug abuse, crime against women and child level was held at Imphal East Top Mayai Lekai SAC Community Hall today. Top Dasra Gram Panchayat along with a women self-help group called Top Dasra Yaral Village Level Federation organized the event as a part of nationwide Eat Right Challenge, National Corona Warrior 2020 awardee and President of Top Dasra GP, M. Surabala was also felicitated at the event. Speaking to media, President M. Surabala thanked ward members of Top Dasra GP for felicitating her. She also appreciated Imphal East Food Safety Administration for organizing the organized programs amid these challenging times.
Nomagi Sadi Adabas Zaxing a Sida Kari Dancing a Sea Maru Gram Panzana Kanjara Kanda Masigi It Right in Pal is Hyper Scuba Program Sing a Sea, Equi Zagasida Pangtok Sabani Loina, Equi Gram Panzada Sida, Equi in Hogolog de Naharon Singbo, Equi drug Habisi Carino, Masiki Mangza, Amadicana Basing, Loina, Equi Gram Panzada Sida. Child level free oiba gram panchayat ama koi hana deong nasu leizari angang singbu akoi chahi sudana 18 years sudana koina gram panchayat asigi makha da child level ohendana bagi sugumba logi matungina kari program sing lai habisi koi akhang hi expert sing kauduna right eat food policy habisi gi program sine adagi koi gi gel gi oiba sugumba drug abuse ki program sing ne koi resource person sing kauduna koi gram panchayat leiriba self help group members sing club maira paibi amadi gram panchayat asigi leiriba pum khuding ma pu khang nabagi awareness program
Speaking on the occasion, Eat Right Challenge Nodal Officer of the Imphal East, T.H. Sunin Kumar said Imphal East District was selected to participate in the nationwide Eat Right Challenge. Stating that the program was being held for the third phase by district administration in areas under Top Dasra GP, he said the program aimed to raise awareness on rules and regulations on food safety and food standard and on food adulteration to ensure well-being. T.H. Sunil Kumar warned of penalizing any food business operators in Imphal East District who are found carrying out business without proper FSI licensed. Food Analyst of Medical Directorate Food Testing Lab, C.H. Sanazawa, Imphal East Narcotic Officer in Charge, T.H. Dev Kumar, Advocates Rakesh Mehobomt and T.H. Premblata, ward members of Top Dasra GP and locals took part in the event.
ngasi Imphal East kuina leiba koigi Eat Right Challenge ki makhada leiba school jing de lokha kadaba club organization ka khusam nagadaba public ka khoi chamna gadaba mayam ama leijari hai riba food safety ki na standard act yaw riba koigi act rule and regulation je ma sigumba mayam se koigi kanaumba khangdaba dukandar singna koina leiba koigi leibi tar gadi hai riba office de lakpiro aduga ngasi dagi koina mayam de koigi warning ama pijari jinja ka mai lena ba food business operator singna karigumba koina mastada phasagi license yaudana karigumba koi business tawramba leiragadi adugi mathakta koina penalty pijaba amasung madugi cherak phangba koi dandi phangba matang do koi lokotpa action haujaragani.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
Ichabu mahitam hanba haibasi mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudoni. Slopland Public School, biggest and the finest residential school, Manipur gi oina lemjuningai oiraba, mahei tampam ama oiriba, khwaidigi junaraba mafamda semgatlaba, CBSE the affiliate toba higher secondary school oiri. Icha singbu admission to widana mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba, khwaidigi chabu khudol oibiu, ichagi phazabalam chat sajati ahongbadu ubiu, Slopland Public School KANGUJAM.
Banthubi Housing Finance Company Limited, regulated by RBI, specified as a financial institution by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India under SURFACE Act 2002. First license holder public limited housing finance company in the entire northeastern region of India, completed its 15 years of service. Provides home loan with a subsidy amount up to rupees 2.67 lakh under PMAY Credit Link Subsidy Scheme, PMAY CLSS Housing for All by 2022 mission. Government or private employees, businessmen can apply. For more details, kindly contact Banthubi Housing Finance Company Limited or reporter Mamlaikai Imphal.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Afternoon News. India's COVID-19 tally has reached 1,431,639 with 18,222 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. On the positive note, India's active COVID-19 cases have come down to 2,24,190 in the last 24 hours, rising the recovered cases to 1,56,651. Country's recovery rate touches 96.41%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, death toll has reached 1,50,798. Kerala has the highest infection of above 64,000 active cases, followed by Maharashtra with above 53,000 active cases. Globally, coronavirus has infected nearly 9 crore people. Above 1 crore 9,22,000 people have died, and recoveries are above 6 crore 40 lakhs. USA has the highest infection of above 88 lakhs 18,000 active cases in the world, followed by India and Brazil. While China, from where the pandemic started, stands at 82nd position with just 535 active cases of COVID-19. In the northeast states, Assam total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 2,16,531, out of which 3,042 are active cases. Manipur's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 28,579, out of which 480 are active cases. Sikkim's COVID tally has reached 5,979, out of which 393 are active cases. Meghalaya's tally has reached 13,560, out of which 155 are active cases. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally has reached 11,964, out of which 129 are active cases. Arunachal COVID-19 tally has reached 16,764 and active cases are 77. Tripura's COVID tally has reached 33,296, out of which 60 are active cases, and there are 82 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram. Ahead of vaccine rollout, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to hold a virtual meeting with the chief ministers of all the states on January 11 to discuss the COVID-19 situation and the vaccination drive. India is preparing to vaccinate its population against the COVID-19 and has already conducted 2 dry runs across various states. This will be Modi's first interaction with chief ministers following the recent approval of 2 coronavirus vaccines for restricted emergency use by India's drug regulator. The Prime Minister has often spoken with state chief ministers following the pandemic's outbreak in the country. India's drug regulator has approved Oxford vaccine Covaxin being manufactured by the Serum Institute and indigenously developed Covaxin of Bharat Biotech for restricted emergency use in the country. Meanwhile, India's civil aviation regulator, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, has issued guidelines to airlines and other aircraft operators for transportation of COVID-19 vaccines. COVID-19 vaccination in India is expected to start in the next few days. As per DGCA directives, authorized airlines can carry vaccine in dry ice in passenger cabin or cargo cabin. Passengers won't be allowed on board if vaccines are being transported in the passenger cabin. The DGCA circulator said that while dry ice with temperature varying from -8 Celsius to -70 Celsius is affordable for transportation of vaccine, it added that all operators engaged in vaccine transportation would need to establish the maximum quantity of dry ice that can be loaded in cargo holds or passenger cabins if passenger aircraft is deployed for vaccine transportation. It added that operators will need to prepare and do's and don'ts guidelines for handling of vaccines, and such packages would be handled only by trained personnel. Japan has committed official development assistance loan of 30 billion Japanese yen, which is approximately 2,113 crore rupees, for a programmed loan to support India's effort at providing social assistance to poor and vulnerable households severely impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. Additional Secretary in Department of Economic Affairs, Dr. C.S. Mohapatra, and Ambassador of Japan to India, Suzuki Satoshi, exchanged the notes yesterday for COVID-19 crisis response support loan for social protection. India and Japan have had a long and fruitful history of bilateral development cooperation since 1958. In the last few years, the economic cooperation between India and Japan has strengthened and grown into strategic partnership. This further consolidated and strengthened the strategic and global partnership between India and Japan. Diplomatic advisor to the President of France, Emmanuel Bond, has called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and discussed wide-ranging bilateral and global issues. In a tweet, Modi said he had a productive meeting with Bond. The Prime Minister expressed satisfaction on the progress both countries have made on key aspects of India-France strategic partnership, including counter-terrorism, cybersecurity, defense and strategic cooperation. India and France held its annual strategic dialogue in New Delhi yesterday. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval led the Indian delegation, while the French delegation was led by Emmanuel Bond. President-elect Joe Biden has witnessed naming his cabinet. Biden said that it will be the single most diverse cabinet based on race, color, based on gender that ever existed in the United States of America. Biden announced several key appointments to the National Security Council of the White House on Friday, among which he named Indian Americans Sumona Guha as Senior Director for South Asia and Tarun Sabara as Senior Director for Technology and National Security. Biden also named Sati Kalatil as Coordinator for Democracy and Human Rights in his National Security Council. He also nominated Indian American Banita Gupta as his Associate Attorney General on Thursday. Meanwhile, Twitter has permanently suspended United States President Donald Trump's account due to the risks of further incitement of violence after hundreds of his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. Social media platforms have come under growing pressure to take further action against Trump in the wake of Wednesday's riot, where crowds of Trump supporters breached the building amid chaotic scenes in which at least 5 people died. Now the sports news. Hyderabad FC defeated Northeast United FC 4-2 at the 51st match of the ongoing 7th Indian Super League at Tilak Median Stadium yesterday. Goa is hosting the league under the aegis of the All India Football Federation. For the winners, Liston Kolachi scored 2 goals at 85th and 90 plus 4 minutes. Eridan Santana, Joel Gianist and Listol Colasi scored 1 goal each at 3rd and 36th minute of the match. For the losing team, Federico Gallego and Benjamin Lambert scored 1 goal each at 45th and 45 plus 2 minutes of the match. Bangalore FC will play against East Bengal in the league 52nd match at Fatura Stadium tonight at 7:30. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister N. Biren leads people in paying homage to Maidingu Chinglen Nongren Khomba, also known as Maharaj Gambhir Singh, on his 187th death anniversary. And single-day spike of above 18,000 new COVID-19 cases takes India's daily above 1,4,31,000. Recovery rate stands above 96%. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. For more news, you can follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.